All right, so made over $1 billion. The whole franchise has done. You've just got to be proud. I mean, that isn't easy to do.
Listen, it makes me very happy. The only thing that would make me happier is if I got to keep that whole $1 billion. But
well,
I don't.
It's at least you have that like right there where you can say, I did this. Where do these stories come from? Like, what are the inspirations when you sit down to write these? Where does that all come from?
Well, it's partly inspired by the video games. You know, we tell a slightly parallel story to the games, but we exist in the same world. So but the DNA of the games is very much in the movies. So a lot of the creatures, a lot of the settings, the locations, you know, are heavily influenced by the games. So it's partly from that, and then it's partly, you know, it's me and my sick and twisted imagination.
That's what I wanted to hear. The monsters, and you just brought that up. Where's the inspiration? Let's talk about that. The design.
Well, the monsters are easy because they come from the game. You know, people think I have a dark and twisted imagination, but you know, the Japanese creators of Resident Evil. I mean, these guys. They're some sick puppies, and these creatures they build. I've got like a smorgasbord of wonderfully mutated, horrible things to choose from. So the bloodshot, the giant flying creature, the zombie dogs. I mean, these are wonderful things that basically we just take straight from the game, and we build them to high quality, but we keep them as close to the game as possible for the fans.
All right, so you've got to be extremely proud of this cast, but how do you direct your wife? I mean, at some point does she go, "You're not going to tell me to do that"?
Listen, it's real easy. It's like on the movie set, I'm the boss, and as soon as we go home, she's the boss.
You shot this in South Africa?
Yeah, absolutely. We went to South Africa for amazing locations. I mean, I found locations on this movie that I've never seen before. And I've shot all around the world. I mean, there's a scene where Milla's walking down this abandoned freeway, and it just looks like a visual effects shot. It's like derelict cars going on for miles. That's all in camera for real. You know, that place really existed. This amazing tunnel that went through the center of a mountain, you know, that was a mile long. That really existed. I mean, it was fantastic, these post-apocalyptic scenarios that we managed to find in Africa. Really, really stunning.
All right, you've described a little of the set for me, but this is a great director question. Was it as big as it looked on the screen? This thing looked massive.
Yeah. I mean, that was the advantage of going to Africa. Is there obviously there's CG enhancement for some of the wide shots, but the scale of the locations that we could use and control were massive. And that's what really appealed to me about shooting there, was the size of the locations, and then also the light in Africa. You know, it's got that low sun that you get in Africa, so everything was like, it looked gorgeous, and it was dusty and dirty and sexy and gritty. I mean, it really had a great vibe to it that was entirely based on the location we shot in.
Is it really the end?
It is. It's everything I wanted to do, is bring the franchise full circle. You know, a return home for Milla, you know, back to where the whole franchise began, back to the hive, back to finish off the job that she started 15 years ago.